Hey everybody, G Bear out here homesteading the desert, doing a little prospecting. I want to show you something here. You look at my gauge there, and you can see as I'm going through this area here, and let me get back here, you see I'm picking up a lot of non-ferrous through here. As I move around, it doesn't get very strong, but right there it does. You can see the gauge up there. And I dug a couple there, and I got this into the pan, and look what I'm reading in the pan here. So this is a good opportunity there to pan this out and see what I get out of it. And then I'll leave my marks here so I know I can come right back to this. What I need to do is I'm going to get myself a clean, empty 5-gallon pail and pick myself some of this up along the stream bed here as I go along and drop it in the pan. Because let me reset this, and you can see I'm on the center of the gauge right now. I'm not picking anything up. And then I get into some of these areas. Oh, look at that. Yeah, right in there. That non-ferrous means it's non-magnetic. You can see all that black sand there. That's all magnetic. So that would read ferrous. Yeah, there's something right in here of interest. So, yeah, this is that area of the stream bed that I said that it looked really interesting with heavy deposits of black sand. So I'm gonna do a little bit more scrutinizing in this area, but for right now, I'm just gonna take this pan load back and I'll work it out over at my trailer area where I can be a little comfortable and have some water. I'll take my garden hose over there and be able to spray it down. All right, let me shut my meter off here. And this is just a shorty because I wanted to show you what I had found there before I went and put everything away. You can see my pond doesn't have any water in it, but it's definitely not dried up. And this is what I was hitting when I was digging, was that I found a lot of moisture down in this area. And I was telling my neighbor the reason that I actually decided to dig my pond here was I was out here during a rainstorm once, and I watched water come flowing down this stream bed right here. And then right about there where that positive sand is, I just watched the water just disappear underground. And I went, that's weird. And I wish I had my phone with me at the time so I could record it, but I didn't. So I decided I marked this area out, and you can see how much greener these bushes are here compared to everything else that's out there. And these bushes are like green all year round. So I think there might be underwater or underground water in this area, and that's why I'm digging here. Well, I gotta get some of this stuff dug out when it dries up a little bit more. But I want to show you what happens with this clay when it dries out. And this is what you end up finding. You see how it cracks and lifts like that? And you can pick up a piece like this, and that's how thin it is right now. So you can see there's 2 layers of it. So apparently it rained and washed some in, and then it rained again and washed some more on top of it. So there's 2 1/16 inch layers there, making that 1/8 of an inch thick. But that's not thick enough to hold water. This would have to be, if I was going to use like bentonite clay or something like that in here, I need a minimum of 6 inches of bentonite in the bottom of this to hold water for any good length of time. And I'd have to get down pretty deep. But you can see it's all starting to dry along the shoreline there. And it's all going to crack just like this. And once it cracks like that, when the first water comes in, it's got to melt that back down again together before it starts holding water, because the water's just going to run down in between that right now. So that's the situation, and I'll cut this one short, and we'll do some more on another time here. But I just had a little twinge of spring fever here because it is beautiful out. The sun is shining, the sky is clear. There's no geoengineering going on anywhere around here. It's just beautiful out. So I decided I was going to grab my ATV and all of my stuff here and head out to the stream bed and do a little prospecting. And I want to show you another neat little thing I got. This is a little homemade unit. And that's a little magnetic pick-me-up from Harbor Freight. And this is an old cashews can. I love my cashews. And I put the plastic cover on the bottom. And I'm going to show you why. Let's see if I can find a decent deposit. Right here, there's a decent deposit of black sand. So I can come over here and I can go like this with this. And then look. You can see the black sand in there, right? Okay, well, I have another one of the cans here, and I marked the cover black sand. So I'm going to pull the cover off of here, and the way I do this, let's see if I can do this one-handed. Oh. Well, I pulled it off the magnet because it slipped, but normally what I do is I just lift the cover off, this plastic cover off carefully. You can see there's a little in there. And then, because the magnet's not holding it anymore, I could dump my black sand into my can. Then I snap this right back on over that metal. And then I don't have to clean the thing every time. It cleans itself just by pulling the plastic cover off. Neat little trick, huh? You can do that with a paper cup or anything. Just put a paper cup over a magnet and then use that to scan with, and then pull the magnet out of the paper cup, and the black sand will drop off. Again, black sand has got some value, but it's not the gold you're looking for. But if there's little flecks of flour gold that have mixed in with the black sand, when you pick it up in clumps like that, the gold will be trapped in the little flour gold will be trapped in with the black sand, and it'll come up with it. Then when you put it in your pan and you start swishing it around with water, you'll see the color come out if it's there. So there's your lesson in preliminary panning and prospecting. So I'm going to see what I got out of this stuff. I see a lot of black sand in there, but I also see some nice little gold specks like right there. So it's going to be interesting to see what's in there. Okay, G-Bear reminding you, if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, ask questions. I try to answer everybody within 1 day's time. Sometimes it's not possible. It takes me a day and a half, but I'll get back to you. G-Bear signing off.